So right now I'm making a raspberry vinaigrette dressing for my fruit salad that I made. So this is a recipe I made. And so basically it's going to consist of just oil, vinegar, spices, and raspberry. So I'm going to take a couple small handfuls of raspberries. I'm going to put them in a colander. And I'm going to wash them so that they're nice and clean. Because I want about a fourth of a cup, maybe a third of a cup of cut up, chopped up raspberries. So that'll take a bit more since they've got so much, they lack density. So I'm just going to dab these off on a paper towel so that they're not as wet, because we don't want that water to dull out the flavor. So I'm just lightly dabbing them so I don't squish them too much. I'm going to put them out onto this cutting board that I have here. I'm just going to chop each one of them up just a little bit, making sure I get a couple cuts through each one, just so that those seeds are kind of separating and that the juices are kind of coming out of those little pockets of pulp in the raspberry. I'm just going to scoop that up and put that into my measuring cup to make sure it's close to what I'm looking for when they're all smushed together. And it's a little bit more, but that's fine, because it'll just mean that it tastes more like raspberries. And I have a few more of those seeds. So I'm going to put those into my blender bottle that I have here. Really quickly, and just set that aside for a little bit later. So next I'm going to take that same measuring cup and just wipe out a little bit, and then I'm going to shake up my balsamic vinegar, because I know there can be some minerals and sediments in balsamic vinegar that have some flavor in them. And I'm just going to fill that up to about a third of it, because I'm making a pretty big salad, so I want a lot of dressing. So I'm just making sure that that's level, filling up to about a third, and then I'm going to pour that into my blender bottle. Next, I'm just going to do the same thing with my oil. Just measure up to about 1/3 of a cup. Equal parts so that the vinegar isn't too overpowering. Okay, grab a spatula, small spatula, and just scrape out my cup so that I know I'm not leaving behind any of my ingredients. Go. Just gonna put that over here. And then lastly, I'm just gonna take a teaspoon, and then I'm gonna add about 2 teaspoons of thyme. More like 2.5 actually. And then 2 teaspoons of rosemary. It's going to be a little bit trickier to measure because rosemary is kind of weird. So that should be good. Just like that. Put the lids back onto those. Now I'm just going to take the top of this blender bottle, screw it on there, it's just been cleaned, and just to get everything fully incorporated and get those spices kind of mixed up a bit and those raspberries incorporated more, I'm just going to do quick blitz a couple of times, be a little bit loud. I think I'm going to go a little bit more. Just to really make sure those raspberries are all mixed in. And I'm going to take a jar and I'm just going to pour this into that jar so that I can put it on the table when the salad is done. It's got a nice kind of pink color to it. Smells really good. It looks like a smoothie, but I don't think I'd want to drink this as a smoothie, if you know what I mean. So then I'm just going to go back in with that spatula and just kind of scrape out whatever I can so that I'm not wasting any of that dressing. I'm going to grab a bigger spatula really quickly. I'm just going to kind of scrape out absolutely whatever I can. And just pull it down. Into a little jar. And there we go. Just rinse my hands off real quick. I'll just do a quick taste test. And that tastes really good. Thanks.